Hello, my friends. I want to give you a key out of the cage of asking, why is this happening? If that's something you struggle with. When we are asking, well, why is this happening? How could I have become chronically ill? How could I have been in an abusive relationship or had the childhood I had or been through what I've been through, the injustice or whatever your life has been, whatever struggles you've been through, when we're stuck in a place of why, we're still looking back at the past and living in response to an experience that we don't want. And there's a lot of pain there that needs addressing. And this is how our limbic systems try to help us is, well, let's just try to analyze it enough until we understand. And then that will somehow make it okay. But it doesn't, because if there was a reason that was okay and valid for anyone to go through that much suffering, that would actually be horrifying. So let me offer you this perspective. Every experience that you have in life as a human being is simply Play-Doh. That's it. This might sound harsh at first. And when you stop asking why and start treating it as Play-Doh, you start asking, what can I learn from this? Let me give you an example. If you've gone through profound injustice of some kind, you can say, okay, well, that happened. There was no good reason for this to happen. I didn't deserve this. I didn't ask for this, but it happened. And now I have an understanding of what experiences are not just. I understand human dignity. I understand, and maybe for the first time in my life, accept my own dignity and worthiness of good things fully, because that never should have happened. And you also, hopefully, have a reservoir or a volcano of rage, which is really helpful and powerful, because that amount of energy can help you to create actual justice for yourself, to create a life and experiences that meet you and nurture you and nourish you and give you everything you've ever wanted. You have all the raw material. Now you know what it is you're looking for. More so, you can identify it. It's definitely not this. So what is it? And now we have the energy to create it. Now, the same, that can happen just in terms of having chronic illness. Well, why did this happen to me? Why is my recovery? Why did I encounter so many difficult situations in my recovery? Why am I in an ebb? Why, whatever the why is, we start to recognize that even the best things in life aren't necessarily good unless we make them that way, unless we make use of them. You are the only person who can give meaning and weight to the experiences that happen in your life. There are people who experience, everything they want. They might get their dream job or meet their dream partner or have their dream family. And if they either don't appreciate it or they're so afraid of losing it, they can very easily mess that up and it doesn't actually become the situation they wanted it to be because of how they responded. Or they don't enjoy it. They're not present. They don't find the meaning in it. They're always looking for the next best thing, and they let it slip right through their fingers and don't realize until much later that, wow, I had it all and I just didn't know it because I was still looking for the next best thing. So whether it's a horrible bad thing that's happened or a really good thing that's happened, what that actually ends up meaning for you in your life depends on you. So that's really good news for you. You can make every experience you have, no matter how amazing or how horrifying it is still can be Play-Doh. If you look at the greatest characters in history, a lot of them were, I think of Viktor Frankl, who, lived in Auschwitz and maybe I mispronounced that, but survived that and wrote A Man's Search for Meaning. And people like that, people who have truly lived some just unspeakable things, and yet somehow have come out of that seemingly whole in some way. Like, how do you do that, right? And this is how you do that. You recognize it as Play-Doh. You can make of it what you will. You can take the lessons and create something new. So as you go through any, and the same thing with when it comes to positive things like joy and love and connection can teach you what's worth living for. Having experiences where you feel amazing and you feel like yourself and everything is so good, that also teaches you what you're worthy of. And what gives you that experience shows you who you are. Shows you what you love and the beauty of that and the meaning of that, the uniqueness of that. People can find joy in horror films just as much as they can in daisies and flowers and bunny rabbits. Like, you are a divine spark. What you love defines you, and it's beautiful no matter what it is. So as you go through your recovery journey, or whoever's watching this, know that it doesn't matter what happens to you. In a certain sense, you are worthy of good things, but you can't control what happens to you. So whatever happens, see it as Play-Doh. Know that you are bigger than every experience, And you always will have the power, if you choose to, pick it up and own it and stand in it, to create something beautiful for yourself out of anything and everything you experience. I love you guys.